Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Okay, so recently somebody asked me how it is that I have all the stuff that I have, meaning characters, relics, Canopy Coins, Theonite, all of that stuff. So I thought I'd go ahead and just make a video talking about all the different things that I do in Skullgirls Mobile, and maybe somehow this will help somebody? I'm not really sure, but I thought it'd be fun to talk about anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off by talking about dailies. Oh, but before we get into dailies, actually, I just want to say one thing. I am a free-to-play player, so there you go. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what it is I do when it comes to dailies in Skullgirls Mobile. So when it comes to dailies, I do try to get all of my tasks done, or at least as many as I need to get done in order to get all of the rewards for doing your dailies. And the rewards for doing your dailies are really good in that you can get Canopy Coins and Theonite. Plus, completing them is actually really easy and can be done very quickly. So when it comes to me, whenever I do my dailies, pretty much the tasks that I choose to complete are the deployments. Logging in, of course, gets you points as well. Opening up the cabinet of curiosities, all that stuff is really easy. But on top of that, I like to level up a character move and level up a skill node of a character. Usually when I do this, it's somebody that I've already been working on, but technically you can level up anybody's skill node and anybody's move. So you could level up a move from level 1 to 2, and you can just level up a bronze character skill move or skill node, and that'll still count for the daily. This is something that I didn't used to do, but I've been doing a lot lately ever since they introduced the speed up function. I've been going into story mode and doing a fight with a random node that I can do and getting that through really quickly because there is a daily task for completing a node in story mode. Another daily task that I usually do is the prize fight task. If you participate in a prize fight, you do get a daily for that. I usually do this, but there are times where I don't really feel like playing the game, so the other option, for me at least, is to just open up the daily relic that you get in the store, since that also counts for a daily. And doing all of this will get me that nice Theonite reward that you get from your dailies. In addition to this though, I do make sure to do the daily events every single day. Okay, so let's just quickly go over what daily events are. So, there are different types of daily events. There are the character daily events, but there's also holodeck hazards and accursed experiments. Let's start by talking about the character daily events. So every single character has a daily event that you can complete. And if you complete these daily events, you can earn Canopy Coins, moves for that specific character, and elemental shards. Now for me, the biggest reason to do these events is because of the coin reward. Because one thing you can do that I pretty much always do is sell all of the moves that you get from this daily event. So there are 4 difficulties to the character daily events. There is basic, advanced, expert, and master. And the rewards get better the further you go along. I always do master, and I therefore get a lot of gold moves that I usually just end up selling. And gold moves are actually worth 5,000 coins apiece. So character daily events are a very easy way to earn some Canopy Coins. Next, we will talk about holodeck hazards. Now, with holodeck hazards, I really don't do it very often, if ever. The only time I'll ever do it is just to complete a task in the backstage pass. And that's pretty much it. But if you were going to do it, this is a good way to get some experience for your characters. So if you're looking to level up somebody quick, holodeck hazards is the way to go, especially if you use an EXP booster item. Now next, let's talk about accursed experiments. So accursed experiments is another daily event, but it's special in that you can only do it once a week. So when it comes to accursed experiments, the rewards are very good. You're guaranteed to get 150,000 coins, assuming you complete the entire thing. But on top of that, you get 25 skill points for every single character, and you also get a bronze, silver, and gold key. Plus, there is a chance, although it's a very low chance, to earn a diamond key. So if you're able to complete it, definitely do accursed experiments. I always do it because I really want to get that diamond key, but also because the skill points and the coins are extremely helpful. Alright, so next I'm going to talk about prize fights. When it comes to prize fights, there are many different types to do. There's of course the monthly prize fight, but there's also all of the character prize fights. So we're going to go ahead and start off by talking about the character prize fights. So there is a prize fight for every single character in this game, and the rewards are pretty much identical, although they're slightly different for each character. In this current example that I'm showing, we have Annie. So if you take a look at the rewards, you can see that you can not only earn Canopy Coins and Theonite, but you also earn Annie skill points, and you can get an Annie once you reach the milestone, well, the final milestone reward. And if you take a look at the event rewards, which are distributed once the prize fight is actually over, you can earn some moves, a blockbuster, and an Annie relic. And like I said, this is the same for pretty much every character. It's just whatever character's prize fight that you're doing, you will earn rewards for that specific character. Now with the character prize fights, there are 4 difficulties: bronze, silver, gold, and diamond. Now each difficulty has its own match modifier to deal with and its own restrictions. So in bronze, you actually don't have any match modifier to deal with, but you can only use bronze characters. In silver, you have a match modifier to deal with that's unique to silver, and you are only allowed to use bronze and silver characters. With gold, you can pretty much use anybody you want, including diamond characters, and in diamond, it's the same way. The rewards also change. They get better the further you go along, so diamond has the best rewards, but it also technically has different rewards, since in diamond you can earn diamond keys through the event rewards distribution, but in gold you earn gold keys, and obviously you can't earn gold keys in diamond, so technically they're different, although I'd argue that diamond is definitely the best. Now when it comes to character prize fights, they're definitely worth doing because they can get you a lot of Canopy coins, and they can get you Theonite, along with a bunch of other goodies if you actually try to complete them. And when I say complete, I do mean getting the final milestone reward. So when it comes to me, you might be thinking that I do diamond difficulty and I strive to get the diamond key from the event rewards. Well, I don't. Personally, I only ever do the gold difficulty, and I don't really try to get the best score. I pretty much just get the final milestone reward and then just call it quits. And the reason I do that is because I really just don't feel like grinding to get a diamond key from the event rewards, because from what I've heard, you have to get around 40 million points or something. I think it changes, but you have to get around a very high score in order to get that diamond key. And personally, that just doesn't sound very fun to me. And at the end of the day, this is a game, and if you're not having fun playing the game, then why are you even playing it? But yeah, I always do gold difficulty. It's a lot easier to get the final milestone reward since it only needs 10 million points, whereas in diamond it needs 30 million. Plus you still need gold keys in order to unlock the skill nodes of your gold characters, and you can't actually get any gold keys in the diamond difficulty. And you can still get a gold character, which is good for evolution fodder, and it's also good because it gives you diamond shards. Next, we're going to talk about the monthly prize fight. So every single month, there is a prize fight that runs throughout the entire month that has very good rewards, but also a very, very, very high milestone reward. The rewards for the monthly prize fight are pretty much identical every single month, with the only differences being the shards you can earn, the elemental shards that is, and the relics that you can earn. And the character that you can earn? I'm just now noticing that you can actually earn a character in this mode. Okay. So if you look at the milestone rewards for the monthly prize fight, they're actually very good. You can earn Canopy Coins, Theonite, relics, elemental shards, a legendary relic, diamond shards, and finally the diamond relic. And one awesome thing about these relics is that they have a limited pool of characters that you can pull from. On top of that, even if you don't actually earn the diamond relic, the other relics will still give you a guaranteed silver character. And the event rewards can also be good too, since they give you even more relics depending on your final score when the prize fight is over. Monthly prize fights are easily my biggest source of diamond characters. In fact, it's pretty much the reason that I have as many diamond characters as I have, because I always try to get that final milestone reward. So this is where I might need to explain myself. Obviously, 150 million points is way more to grind for than 30 million points for the character diamond difficulty. For me, I guess the reason I enjoy doing the monthly prize fight over the character prize fights is that I think the monthly prize fights are more interesting because you have a bigger variety of characters to fight. Plus, the match modifiers are usually pretty weird sometimes. Sometimes they can be weird, sometimes they can just be plain annoying. And overall, I just enjoy doing the monthly prize fight more. Plus, at least with the monthly prize fight, you have the course of the month to get it done. With character prize fights, you only have like 3 days. And since you have more time with the monthly prize fight, I feel like it's just a bit easier to get it done because you can kind of grind whenever you want. Whereas the character prize fight, you have a very limited amount of time to get it done. Also, I prefer getting diamond characters and stuff than diamond keys, since I don't really plan on leveling up every single diamond that I have. I just don't see the point. And I have other sources of diamond keys that I am going to talk about shortly. But anyways, I definitely think monthly prize fights are worth doing because you can get a lot of coins, Theonite, elemental shards, diamond shards, and of course diamond characters. Okay, the next prize fights that I'm going to talk about are pretty easy, and they give out very good rewards, so I definitely recommend doing them. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the Medici prize fights. So when it comes to the Medici prize fights, they give out Canopy Coins and gold moves, and they're very easy to do because the final milestone requires only it's between 800,000 and 900,000 points. I forget the exact number, but that's nothing, at least compared to other prize fights. If you've done any prize fights, you know that 800,000 points is extremely easy to get to. There are event rewards for those that can make it into the top 100 of the highest scores for that prize fight, or for the Medici prize fights, I mean. But to me, it's not worth trying to do. I've never done it. Well, I've done it once, but unintentionally. Either way, it's definitely worth doing these because the coin reward is really nice and the gold moves are also really nice. And even if you don't really need the moves, you can at least sell them. By the way, when I say gold moves, I either mean moves or I mean relics. I kind of just mix the two together. In this case, I do mean gold move relics. So the next prize fight that I'm going to talk about is the Show Me Your Moves prize fight. The Show Me Your Moves prize fight gives Canopy Coins, gold move relics, and retake relics, which are actually very valuable since you need those to reroll moves on characters. This prize fight's not that difficult either in my opinion, although the final milestone reward requires, I believe, 6 million points, so it takes longer to do than the Medici prize fight. But it's less grinding than the gold difficulty character prize fights, so in my opinion it's not really that bad. And the rewards are really good, so I definitely recommend doing this. Next, let's talk about the elemental prize fights. So elemental prize fights, like their name would suggest, are based around an element in the game. There's fire, water, air, light, and dark. And each of these elemental prize fights can earn you shards of their specific elements. So if you were to do the fire elemental prize fight, you would earn fire shards, and you can earn fire relics, and it's the same with water, air, light, and dark. I always do these prize fights as well, although they can be very annoying. It's not too hard to reach the final milestone reward, and that's pretty much where I ended off. I just do the final milestone reward and then just leave it at that. But elemental prize fights are a great source of elemental shards, which will help you get elemental essences. Plus you can get elemental relics as well, which can obviously get you more characters along with more elemental shards. And technically you can also earn character shards, although I find this to be the least helpful thing about these prize fights. And honestly, to me, the most annoying thing about these prize fights is actually the fact that you have to have a specific element of a character on your team for each prize fight. That's just annoying, I'm sorry. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about prize fights. I want to reiterate though that I do every single prize fight, except when it comes to the character prize fights, I only do the gold difficulty. I don't do diamond. And I pretty much only ever get the final milestone reward and just leave it at that. I don't go beyond that. Okay, next I'm going to talk about Rift Battle. So Rift Battle is actually my main source of diamond keys, at least in the sense that I take the rewards, aka the Rift coins, from Rift Battle, and I use them to buy diamond keys from the Cabinet of Curiosities. Okay, so I guess to go over Rift Battle really quick, pretty much the way Rift Battle works is you battle other people's bases. So what you do is you set up your own base with your characters, and other people can fight that base, and if they win, they get points and you lose points, but if they lose, you get points and they lose points. And like I said, you battle other people, and if you win, you get points and they lose points, but if you lose, they get points and you lose points. And that's pretty much all there is to it. And whatever your score is at the end of the Rift scoring week will determine what prizes you get. And your score will also determine what rank you get at the end of the season. So when it comes to Rift Battle, you can earn diamond keys. All you have to do is make it into the diamond rank. Just making it into that rank will guarantee you a diamond key. So just to go over the rewards really quick, you can earn keys in Rift Battle, and you also earn character shards as well as Rift coins. The higher you rank at the end of the season, the better rewards you receive. But in order to receive these rewards, you do have to do at least 5 battles. You don't necessarily have to win, but you do have to participate in 5 battles. So, what do I do in Rift Battle? Well, when it comes to Rift Battle, pretty much I do my 5 battles, and if I win them all, cool. If I don't, whatever. And that's it. I usually just stick to a minimum of 5 battles and just leave it at that. I have no desire to ever try to rank up to diamond just because I don't really care that much. At the end of the day, as long as I'm earning a lot of Rift coins, I am totally cool with being in gold rank, and that's typically what I end up being if I win all 5 of my battles. And to be completely honest, if I do lose a battle, I will feel somewhat defeated and actually try to win another battle, so it just depends on how well I do, whether or not I do more than 5 battles or not. Rift Battle can be incredibly frustrating, and I honestly think it gets way easier once you have more characters, which I guess you could say about every mode in this game, but I do kind of recommend you guys do it. Even if you decide to just lose on purpose, you're still gonna get rewards for just participating, as long as you do those 5 battles, and honestly, it's free rewards, right? There's no real consequences to losing other than you will lose points, and I guess your rank might not be as high as it could be. And like I said before, typically I do use those Rift coins to buy diamond keys in the Cabinet of Curiosities. Alright, the next mode that I'm going to talk about in this game that I am very inconsistent with is Parallel Realms. So what is Parallel Realms? Basically, Parallel Realms is just a series of fights one after another. The way it's set up is there are different nodes of different teams that you can fight, and you kind of progress onwards until you get to the final node of an area. And this mode has 3 separate areas, and every single node has its own match modifiers, with each area having its own unique modifiers for the entire area. With the exception of the boss nodes, or the final nodes of each area. Those have their own unique modifiers that are different from the other nodes in that same area. But anyways, when it comes to the rewards of Parallel Realms, you can earn experience, coins, shards, premier relics assuming you complete the entire thing, and a potential key. These rewards vary depending on which difficulty you do. There are 6 different difficulties. There's Basic, Advanced, Expert, Master, Nightmare, and No Mercy. And all of these have similar but different rewards. First up, before I continue, I've only ever completed Nightmare difficulty and No Mercy, so I don't fully know what the rewards are like in the other difficulties, although I'm seeing that Basic is guaranteed to give you a jackpot relic if you're able to complete the whole thing. That's kind of odd. But it also seems like you have a chance to earn a diamond key only if you do Nightmare difficulty or No Mercy difficulty. But as someone who's done No Mercy, I know that getting that diamond key is very rare. It's happened to me a few times, but it doesn't happen all the time. But like I was saying before, I am inconsistent when it comes to Parallel Realms. I don't always do it, but back before I started making videos, I was pretty consistent with it. Except I never did No Mercy. If you guys have seen my videos now, you know that I pretty much only ever do No Mercy. Back then, I always completed Nightmare. And the reason I did Nightmare was because I was way too scared to actually try No Mercy. But if I'm being completely honest, Nightmare is way easier than No Mercy. It's more manageable because there's less nonsense modifiers you have to deal with, and the rewards you get are still really good. So with this one, I don't even know if I necessarily recommend doing Parallel Realms, but technically it is a potential source of premier relics. And if you're willing to do Nightmare or No Mercy, you can also get diamond keys maybe, although the chance is really low. To be honest, the biggest reason I like to do it is because it gives you Canopy Coins and experience. Well, experience in the form of those experience items that you can feed your characters. I find those to be incredibly helpful. Okay, so the last thing that I'm going to talk about is the Cabinet of Curiosities. So the Cabinet of Curiosities is just that little treasure chest in the corner of the screen that you can click on and you can buy a bunch of different items. I'm sure you guys have seen it, so I don't think I need to explain it, but typically whenever I jump into the Cabinet of Curiosities, the only thing I really buy are relics, specifically Premier Relics or Elemental Relics, and I will buy diamond keys using my Rift coins. Diamond keys cost 1,000 Rift coins to buy, so they can be really expensive. But typically, for me at least, I get about 600 Rift coins every single season, so it only takes me about 2 weeks to be able to afford 1 diamond key. You can also buy diamond keys using Canopy Coins if it shows up in the Cabinet of Curiosities, but those cost 800,000 coins, so it's up to you if you want to spend all that money. I almost never do. And I say almost because technically I have done that before, but I would be lying if I could tell you when the last time I actually did it was. Okay, now that I've gone over every single mode that I do in this game, which is pretty much every mode. I guess I don't do versus mode. I don't even know what you can get in versus mode, but I've never done it before. But now that I've got all that out of the way, the reason that I have all of these resources, the biggest reason that I have all of these resources, is pretty much because I've been playing this game for a while now. Although my sense of time is totally off when it comes to how long I've been playing this game because I took a really long break at one point, so I actually don't even know when I started playing this. I know I played it when it first came out, but I had to make a new account after that at some point, so I just know that I've been playing since before Annie got released. That is a big factor into why I have everything that I have. Another thing is I don't ever really pull on Premier Relics. I know people have asked me how I'm able to save my Premier Relics without pulling them. It's really easy when you have so many because I don't have room to actually pull them. So that's one complication. But the other thing that I think is an even bigger reason as to why I never pull is because I have so many characters that, first off, I love to play. And secondly, I have other characters that I really need to invest in. So yeah, I could pull for more characters and get new characters that I really like, but if I do that, then I'm gonna have even more characters that I have to invest in. I'm the same way with video games too. If I buy a game now, I am just gonna add onto my backlog of games that I still need to play, and that's the reason that I don't really buy as many games as I used to. And like I said, I do already have a lot of characters that I just enjoy playing as, like Starshine. Starshine is probably my favorite character in this game. So I know that there's other characters out there that are really good, but I don't think I'm going to have as much fun with them as I do with Starshine. So those are the ways that I can easily keep myself from pulling. I just have no desire to do it because I already have characters that I like, and I already have characters that I need to actually work on. So yeah, I guess that's going to be the end of this one. Hopefully you guys found this helpful. I don't really know what to tell you guys. It's like I said, I do every single prize fight. I do rift battles every week. Parallel Realms, sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. But I do my daily events and I do my dailies. And I pretty much just hold on to every resource that I have. Actually, the last thing I have to say is the reason I have so many Canopy Coins is because I don't spend all of my Canopy Coins all at once. I think if I really wanted to, I could just invest in so many different characters all at once and get their moves leveled up, unlock all of their skill nodes and stuff, but that would cost a fortune, and I don't feel like doing that. Because not only would it be super expensive, but it would also mean that I have to find other characters to actually level up their moves and skill nodes in order to get those tasks done for my dailies. Plus, investing in your characters actually helps with your backstage pass, which is actually something I totally forgot I need to talk about until just now. Okay, so my final point for this video, I do try to complete my backstage pass every single time it comes out. I don't do everything there is to do for the backstage pass, but I do try to get my daily tasks done for that. And I also try to do the weekly rewards, at least most of them. I do the Rift Battle one, I do the Holodeck Hazards one. I don't remember all the details when it comes to the Backstage Pass, but I do try to complete it every single month. The free one, at least. I don't ever get the premium version. But anyways, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and goodbye.